What's up, YouTube? Smiles back again with another video. I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the stuff that's going on in the world, man, and really see if we can't put our heads together and figure this thing out. You know, politics and Christianity, and people from other countries coming over and getting involved with our politics, and even though they hate the country, and is that even safe? So this video is basically a video of questions. I got questions. I know a lot of you guys out there have questions too. Maybe some of the questions that I'm going to ask today are going to be, something that you're questioning. I just want to know how many Christians out there put their political views over Jesus. Your political views over Jesus. Because, I find it, or I'm discovering that it's very easy for a lot of people to put their political views and the political platform over Jesus, over their love for Jesus, if they even have any. I know some of this may not sit well with some, but I'm going to tell you guys something right now, man. I'm going to make a statement, and it may offend some people, and I'm not very sorry about it at all. Because you know what? I need to say it. Somebody needs to say it. If you align yourself with the Democratic Party and call yourself a Christian, I'm calling bull on it. I know that there is some Democrats that are more moderate and stuff like that, and I get that. And this is not just strictly a political video, trust me. But listen to me. I know when it comes down to politics, there really is no fine line because it's muddy. Okay, you got conservatives who, personally, my views and my moral compass lines up with their views. And what they say they stand for. Now, do they stand for it? No. But I try to. I don't stand for Republican. I stand for the view of a Republican. Some of the, majority of their views are decent and honorable. Not one of their views. Now, what they do, what the I guess you can call it ideology, what their ideology is, and what they actually do is a lot different. I'm not sitting over here. This is not a video of me saying, conservatives are awesome and Democrats are evil. No, I'm not saying that. When it comes to politics, it's just strictly evil, okay? I was talking about the view. The views of them are polar opposites. You have the Democratic Party who, a lot of them are on the front line are socialist. Miss Ocasio over there in New York doesn't even know what a socialist is, apparently, but she says that she stands for it. And she's for it. I don't know, it's a little bit weird, I just think that the way that these universities have been brainwashing the youth of this country is a big problem. I grew up in California. If anybody doesn't know, haven't seen some of my past videos. I grew up in California with a mom who would go up to the state capitol and do protests and do marches and stuff like that. That's my youth. I watched it. I took bus rides up there, my sister and I, with my mom and all of her, Democrats as friends or whatever. And I watched it. And from what I can understand at that age, I thought it was very honorable. Democrats 30 years ago are a lot different than they are now, though. It's a big difference. My mom is no longer a Democrat, and she aligns herself more with the conservative values, which, as a Christian, I would suggest you guys reconsider if you haven't already. I'm not saying that you should get all up in politics because I think political views being held at a higher esteem than your view of Jesus is a problem. It's one of the biggest problems I think facing the church in this country right now, to be perfectly honest with you. You got a divide that is just unlike anything that I've seen in my lifetime, and I'm only 36 years old. So it's the country's taking a step back. It's obviously from the evil one himself, the devil. The enemy is putting these different chess pieces on the board and strategically moving them where he wants them. And everybody is just falling for it, man. It's like we're not even putting up a fight, man. I think if we can actually come together and stop listening to the media and start reading our Bibles, and going to check what the Word says. Let's be followers of Jesus and not a political ideology. You know, if we want to get down to the nitty gritty of it all, yeah, what a conservative might do in office, she, no pun intended, he or she, what they might do in office is totally like night and day from what their view is across the aisle from them. So their view is different than what they probably end up doing. Does that make sense? Now, a Democrat, they actually try to implement their views by murdering babies, by having borderless borders, a lot of other stuff, socialism, this social injustice. I'm not saying that it's a sham. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that it's all part of a divide. It's to divide the masses. If you can get people divided on their spiritual life, their political life, their family life, man, that's the enemy's goal. And he's doing it right here in this country, and we're just standing by and watching it. What do we do? When do we start changing the narrative from it being a political one? Sorry, I had a brain fart, but from a political one to a spiritual one. This is not about flesh and blood. This is about the principalities. We know that the enemy has a plan and he's orchestrating a plan. We got a place. I mean, there's so much stuff going on. People don't even talk about it. There's a place called CERN over there in Geneva, Switzerland. Not to be all conspiracy theory on you right now, but they're doing some really wild stuff. Okay, with trying to, in their Large Hadron Collider, that LHC, which is basically colliding atom particles and trying to recreate mini Big Bangs. And they're opening portals, according to a lot of sources. Does that not bother anybody? I mean, we're so stuck on, the red states suck, the blue states suck. We're so stuck on that we're just ignoring what the devil is just putting, the smelling salt right under our nose. Our nose is so plugged up, we can't even smell it. I don't know. I think that you guys need to start, and myself included, really need to start taking a look at the bigger picture, man. It's not about flesh and blood. This is not about flesh and blood, man. This is a fight for our spiritual souls. And I hate to say that it really probably doesn't get better from here. There's certain things that have to take place in this world for the end to finally come, for it to be done. And we're fastly approaching that. But what this video is meant to do is for questions to be asked, for everybody out there to start asking questions, legitimate questions, and start hearing the Lord's call. He's calling us, man. It's for your souls. This is a fight over your soul. Not about what side of the aisle you're on, man. I got friends back in California that I don't even speak to because I can't even sit there long enough to hold a conversation with them. One of my mom's friends, her son, quite a a few years younger than me. Good kid growing up, man. I'm talking about a good kid, smart kid, man. Grew up to be a straight up racist. On the other side, he's black and he's a racist. All white people are the devil. Like, he subscribes to that, and he went to church his whole life. So we're not doing something right. It's not God's fault. Yeah, we can put it all on the enemy, but it's not even just that. It's just we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention. Wake up call. Start paying attention. Put your political views on the outside and start getting into your word. Start getting into the word. Read your Bibles. Seek God's face. Study. Show yourself approved. Stop being bamboozled, man. Stop being bamboozled. That's what's going on. All right, everybody, you know what? Put all your comments or whatever it may be in the comment section. Do that. Let's have some dialogue. A little bit of back and forth. It's all good, but in a loving way. Please, no disrespect. I will not disrespect you. Do not do it to anybody else that may comment on here, no matter where they're at in their mind, okay? So let's just be respectful. I want you guys to be encouraged and be blessed. I will see you on the next video.